Next, we're going to talk about identifying the x and y intercepts. So if I want to find the x and y intercepts, to find the x-intercept, we substitute 0 for y and solve. To find the y-intercept, we substitute 0 for x and solve. So if I take my first example, 3x minus 4y equals 24. Again, if I want to find the x-intercept, I'm going to put in 0 for y. So what that means is I take my equation, 3x minus 4, but instead of putting the y, I'm going to substitute 0 equals 24. Now 4 times 0 is 0, so that goes away, and I'm left with 3x equals 24, and that's just a one-step equation, so I divide both sides by 3 and I get x equals 8. So the x-intercept would be 8 on the graph. The y-intercept, I'm going to put in 0 for x. So again, I'm going to take my equation, but now instead of writing 3x, I want to put in 0 for x minus 4y equals 24. 3 times 0 is 0. And again, since this is minus 4y, I need to bring it down as a negative 4y equals 24. Then divide both sides by a negative 4, and I get y equals negative 6. So the y-intercept is negative 6. The second example, negative 7x minus 2y equals 8. So again, x-intercept, we always plug in 0 for y. So here I would be left with negative 7x minus 2 times 0 equals 8. Because again, I'm putting in 0 for the y. 2 times 0 is 0, so I'm left with negative 7x equals 8. Divide both sides by negative 7. Now, since 7 doesn't go into 8 evenly, we can still leave it as a fraction. So it would be negative 8 over 7. The y-intercept, we always put in 0 for x. So I'd have negative 7 times 0 minus 2y equals 8. Negative 7 times 0 is 0. Bring down the negative 2y equals 8. Divide by negative 2. And I get y equals negative 4. Okay, third example down here. Again, x-intercept, put in 0 for y. So it'd be 6x minus 3 times 0 equals negative 36. 3 times 0 goes away. So I get 6x equals negative 36. Divide by 6. X equals negative 6. The y-intercept, again, we put in 0 for x, so it'd be 6 times 0 minus 3y equals negative 36. 6 times 0 goes away. Again, I got a minus, so I bring it down as a negative 3y equals negative 36. Divide both sides by negative 3. Negative divided by a negative is a positive, so it's y equals positive 12. Example 4, negative x minus y equals 2. Again, still going to put in 0 for y to find the x-intercept. So I have negative x minus 0 equals 2. Again, the 0 is going to cancel. Bring down the negative x, and again, the negative x is like negative 1x equals 2. So I have to divide both sides by a negative 1. And 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2. The y-intercept, again we put in 0 for x, so I get negative 0 minus y equals 2. 0 cancels again. And then I bring down the negative y, which again is a negative 1y, equals 2. Divide both sides by negative 1, and I get y equals negative 2.